The theme was reshaping the future, honoring the past, and the people who filled the sanctuary did just that.
We want to empower our victims, make them stronger, reshape their future so they can go forward, not stumble, and when they stumble, we're there to pick them up. Honoring the past. Folks commit their lives, their routine, their efforts and energies to empowering those victims. We're going to honor some of those folks. We can't honor all of them, but we can sure thank all of them by honoring a handful that we're going to do here today.
Each honoree was richly deserving of recognition.
I'd like for you to join me in congratulating Special Agent Michael D. White of the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
The police department in Charlotte-Mecklenburg fields an average of 35,000 emergency 911 calls per year. You break that down, that's nearly 96 per day. According to our local domestic violence data warehouse, which compiles statistics from a number of law enforcement agencies in the area, CMPD has investigated an average 8,246 domestic violence-related crimes per year over the past 3 years.
Sandra Huerta lost a 21-year-old son to murder in Southern California and then had to deal with the two-strike felon being found not guilty of that murder.
And I finally had to come to a choice of deciding what I was going to do with it. Was I going to let it destroy my life and in turn affect my children and my life, my family in other different ways? Or was I going to choose to do something positive with this? Was I going to choose to change and help somebody else? And as hard as it was, and as incredibly painful as that was, I had to turn to believe within me all of the years of my Christianity, and to think and to come to a decision to once again believe in God and to take him at his word and to trust in him completely and to walk by faith and not by sight, and to know and to realize that vengeance belongs to the Lord. So now, because of that recommitment to God, because of the strength that I get from my family, from God, and the healing that I get in working with the support groups, in working with the FBI, I feel like I'm coming a long way in terms of my grieving, in terms of my healing. And that gives me great sense of purpose, because I know that there are so many of us out here experiencing the same loss. And so sadly, so many of us that when you turn on the news, there's another victim, there's another child who's being grieved by their parents.
The keynote speaker was Patrick Cannon, who shared a poignant personal story.
He was found lying in the yard of the Plato Price School building on Morrisfield Road, near Douglas Airport, police said. He was found by a school official on his way to work that morning. That man that was found dead and shot to death in this brown newspaper was my father. Today I stand living 21 years past the age that he was when he was killed. And I have to be reminded that everything happens for a reason. And that in my life, as in some others' lives, has allowed for me to understand that inasmuch as that took place and the assailant that created that act was never ever brought to justice, that still means for me, in my perspective, I must continue to reach out to someone else who's been through that same situation to encourage them accordingly, that everything does happen for a reason, and yet you can still move forward and reshape your future.
Thanks to everyone in our community who makes sure crime victims are not forgotten. I'm Charlie Cowens.